25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on Primetime, a man is arrested for vehicular homicide after yesterday's crash in Manila leaves one person dead. Plus, who decides what's an even playing field when it comes to gender identity in sports? And the rebuild for the new campus of Simon Sanchez High School is delayed due to tree snails. These stories and more right now, right here on your news leader. Half a day and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Primetime. I'm Tomas Maglonia. Glad you could join us. The man involved in a fatal traffic crash Wednesday afternoon in Manila involving a vehicle and a motorcycle has been identified as 25-year-old Albert John Cariaga II Wells. Wells was transported to Naval Hospital with CPR conducted en route and later pronounced deceased. KUAM was on the scene yesterday and saw the aftermath of the motorcycle, which appeared to be badly destroyed along with a gray Nissan with some damage as well. Guam Police Department's Highway Patrol Division conducted their investigation, which led to the arrest of 21-year-old Alas Akitikit. The charges include vehicular homicide caused by forbidden act, negligence resulting in death, reckless driving with injuries, vehicle exiting private driveway road, failed to yield right-of-way, and no driver's license. He was booked and confined at the Department of Corrections, whilst his death marks the island's 5th traffic-related fatality of 2022. And a mother is demanding justice for her 15-year-old son after a Guam Police Department officer allegedly took him into custody without permission following the fabricated event of an attempted kidnapping in Agana Heights. KUAM's Hannah Devonzo reports.
It was last month when KUAM reported on an attempted kidnapping in Agana Heights, where a minor girl was jogging through the village when she said a man attempted to pull her into his car multiple times. During the investigation, detectives determined that the girl's accusations were fabricated. According to a complaint written to the Guam Police Department by a distressed mother, her son was identified as a witness in the alleged event. During an interview with a certain police officer, the son claimed he did not witness any confrontation or struggle between the alleged suspect and the girl. The document states that days later, the same officer contacted the mother requesting a second interview with her son, which the parents declined. According to the mother's letter, the officer wouldn't take no for an answer, as he allegedly harassed her through multiple phone calls, calling her place of employment and asked to speak to supervisors, and even allegedly went as far as showing up at her son's school. It was at this point when he allegedly took him into custody at the Juvenile Investigation Section behind the parents' back. The assistant principal allegedly said that the officer told her that the mother gave permission for the son to be taken by GPD. The officer allegedly claimed the charges against her son were obstruction of governmental functions and tampering with a witness. According to the document, when their attorney called the Juvenile Division at the Office of the Attorney General and spoke to their division chief, she stated that no one from GPD contacted anyone at the AG's office regarding the son. The mother says she will be filing a civil rights violation lawsuit and submit a complaint with the local FBI office against the alleged officer. GPD Police Chief Stephen Ignacio confirmed with KUAM that he did not meet with the mother but did receive her letter. The complaint has been referred to the Internal Affairs section. Hannah Devonzo for KUAM News.
Thanks, Hannah. Let them play. Who decides what is an even playing field when it comes to gender identity in sports? KUAM sits down with one transgender community advocate weighing in on the issue. Here's more. It's become a polarizing issue after a local high school rugby match.
To discriminate, based on fear and bigotry, it hurts.
Who decides what an even playing field is when it comes to transgender athletes joining the team that fits their gender identity?
Transgender children vary in athletic ability just as other youth do.
Community advocate Lacia Casil, who was once Guam's first transgender candidate for public office, with a reminder that they're just kids too. Some say let transgender athletes play, while others call for kids to be taken off the field. She says it isn't the first culture war she's seen.
Just a few years ago, remember it was all the bathroom bills
Right. Yeah.
that they were trying to pass? You know, they didn't succeed then because there was no evidence. Now they're attacking us, our youth. And it's a real shame because, our youth play sports to gain confidence and to, work on things like fairness and perseverance and discipline and working on teams at this level. This isn't professional sports.
She's blowing the whistle when it comes to those saying it's game over for some youth on the field. It's a feeling she's familiar with.
I've been taking this kind of crap for a long time. And the average lifespan of a trans person is 35. Most of us don't make it past 35 because of suicide, because of drugs, whatever, because of, from discrimination like this.
According to the Trevor Project, an LGBTQ+ youth suicide prevention and intervention organization, LGBTQ youth are more than 4 times as likely to attempt suicide than their peers, and 42% of LGBTQ youth seriously considered attempting suicide in the past year, including more than half of transgender and non-binary youth.
Can you imagine me with this tough skin, having taken all this, what our 15, 12, 10, 9-year-old kids are going through right now?
As politics continue to be at play and school officials ready to discuss the matter next week, the question remains, will they let her play? Tomas Manglotnya for KUAM News. And just before news time, KUAM News received a letter that the Guam Rugby Union has adopted into its rules and bylaws the World Rugby Law, which prohibits transgender from participating in rugby. For the full report, visit our website, KUAM.com. And amid soaring gas prices, there are now 2 competing bills to save local motorists money at the pumps. Speaker Therese Terlahi came out with the first measure, but she complains that it's been stalled in the Appropriations Committee, while Chairman Senator Joe San Augustine cranks out one of his own. Terlahi's bill would permanently repeal the liquid fuels tax to save motorists 23 cents a gallon, but San Augustine measure would only lift it for a limited 180 days.
I think the question is they don't want to commit to it for the long run, and that to me is I don't know. That's why I'm saying this is a question for the people of Guam.
She's appealing to the public to pressure San Augustine to report out on her bill. San Augustine responded, saying a complete repeal of the liquid fuels tax would cause a decline in Guam's ability to repair roads. Terlahi counters that there's enough excess general fund collections to make up for any lost tax revenue.
So the question is, can we cover that $4 million with the exit $68 million? Yes. Can we also put part of that $68 million towards roads? Of course we can and we should. And again, this is the one thing that we can control on Guam when it comes to gas prices, and that is the gas tax.
San Augustine estimates a loss of almost $20 million in fuel tax revenue, a figure the speaker disputes. San Augustine also contends that there's no guarantee of any meaningful savings given the volatility of gas prices. And the University of Guam needs another $5 million to finally get started on the construction of a long-proposed School of Engineering Annex and a Student Services Center. The money will supplement a nearly $22 million construction loan from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. In session today, senators discussed the $5 million appropriation from projected excess general fund revenues, which are currently tracking at $68 million. The clock's been ticking to use the federal loan money, and UOG President Dr. Thomas Christ says they need this final infusion so they can finally get the projects going.
The most important thing for the engineering program at the moment is securing our ABET accreditation. It's a specialized accreditation, and the facility is really important to getting that done. So this effort is to try to get these projects locked in and started so that we can qualify for the ABET accreditation, which is really important for our graduates.
The 4-year engineering degree program was established in 2019. And the Port Authority is banking on Guam's strategic importance to regional and national defense to get funding for 3 much-needed new gantry cranes. And the port says it got a big boost from a letter received today that shows there is bipartisan support in Congress.
The letter is from Representative Joe Wilson, a longtime member of the House Armed Services Committee and a Republican. He's visited Guam several times and was a close colleague, says Port General Manager Rory Respicio, of former Guam delegate Madeline Bordallo, who sought out his support.
And in that conversation, we talked about the need to replace 3 gantry cranes, to harden our wharves, to replace existing facilities. And Congressman Wilson, as other Congress people in our discussions, have been very receptive.
Wilson wrote to Indo-Pacific Commander Admiral John Aquilino about Guam's critical importance to the Pacific Deterrence Initiative and as a nexus that enables power projection across the region. He urged him to look into the port's plan. Respicio believes the letter will help kickstart discussions.
Our communication with them is, instead of building capacity on the Navy side, look to the Port Authority of Guam and build our capacity here. This letter, as you can see, it's priceless. Priceless in terms of how Congressman Wilson is asking the Admiral, is the Port Authority of Guam ready?
Or at the very least, he hopes it's worth some $45 million, which is the price tag for the 3 new gantry cranes the port wants. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Still to come on Your News Leaders, snails stall the design efforts of contractors who are building the new home of the sharks, and some special ladies are recognized during the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteer Association's award ceremony. These stories ahead as KUAM News continues.
Half a day. My name is Jerome Kinata from the village of Umata. I've applied for the program in Salapi to help me with my daily commute from Umata to Manila. Thank you to this administration for the program in Salapi. Thank you, Lou and Josh. I have received my program in Salapi.
The application deadline for program in Salapi has been extended to May 22, 2022. For more information, please visit doa.guam.gov. This ad was paid for by the Office of the Governor using government funds.
I wanna live and feel life, chase my dreams in the sky, oh, in my pursuit of happiness. Oh, 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 in my pursuit of happiness.
At Bank of Hawaii, nothing means more to us than helping you pursue your happiness. Bank of Hawaii, live your happy.
I'm a small business owner and I run a couple of boats. And when COVID first hit, we were kind of, at first we thought it was just like any other pandemic like the SARS, and we weren't prepared for it until unemployment is shutting down the whole industry. My whole business relies solely on tourism. When that shut down, we're kind of worried because we don't have enough savings for uncertainty of how long it's gonna last. We're so thankful that the government, the federal government, started giving out the grants, loans, and like PPP and all that. That really saved us, and it's really helping us a lot survive, you know. And right now we're still struggling, but at least it's easier. And without those grants and loans that from the federal government, I mean, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you for the unemployment assistance from the federal funds.
Thank you. This ad was paid for with official funds from the Office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Let us know what's up on our KUAM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094. Welcome back. The design for the new home of the sharks in Jigo hits a snag, and we learn more from the Guam Department of Education. Isaiah Uggan reports.
So, the new design for the Simon Sanchez High School campus would actually exceed the fence line for the current property. And around late March, what happened was they were surveying the property, they being TRMA, and then also a counterpart from the Department of Agriculture. When they were surveying the area, they noticed that there was a population of tree snails.
That's interim Guam Department of Education Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez noting that the snails are an endemic species, meaning they became a part of Guam's habitat, and GDOE wishes not to disturb serve them. This hurdle hits after GDOE expected 90% of the design for the new Simon Sanchez High School to be completed by the end of April. Franquez says that GDOE is reviewing two options with Taniguchi Ruth Macchio Architects, Guam Department of Agriculture, and Simon Sanchez High School to get the ball rolling again.
Now, the first option is to modify the design for the new Simon Sanchez High School campus. That change, though, will remove 12 to 16 classrooms from the new campus design. The second option is to fully ensure the relocation of the snail population in the area. The latter decision, the relocation of the snails, would actually delay the time to begin construction.
As KUAM News reported first, TRMA is the primary designer, administrative consultant, and owner representative for GDOE, which was announced in October of 2020. The construction for the new high school campus in Jigo could have begun this summer, with the first phase slated to be completed in the summer of 2024. The locations and types of buildings have been decided. The learning institution will have a large central courtyard, gymnasium, library, cafeteria, and 94 classrooms. The number of classrooms could decrease if GDOE officials decide to go with option 1. The construction would be pushed back if option 2 was to be selected. Reporting for KUAM News, Guahusi Isaiah Uggan.
The phrase, "my body, my choice," could be heard coming from the island's capital of Hagåtña in front of the Guam Congress building during a protest yesterday evening. KUAM's Hannah Devanzo reports.
Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, Guam People for Choice, Bureau of Women's Affairs, Familao Rights, and others came out to protest Senator Talina Nelson's Bill 291-36. The Guam Heartbeat Act of 2022 is modeled after the Texas Heartbeat Law, which seeks to ban abortions when a heartbeat is detected during a sonogram or ultrasound. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero.
I don't support it 100 at all. I just don't. I don't support it at all. I think legally, I don't think it would muster any constitutionality in the courts.
Anyone who is not a government official or employee can file a lawsuit with the Superior Court of Guam or District Court of Guam against any person that performs an abortion after a heartbeat has been detected. If someone violates the act, they could pay statutory damages of no less than $10,000. However, mothers cannot be sued for having an abortion.
It really penalizes women to the max. It's very vigilante oriented. It's like a bounty that is out, $10,000 for somebody that, rats on somebody. It's just the total invasion of women's privacy.
Speaking out at the protest yesterday was co-founder and District Deputy Director of Familao Rights, Stephanie Lorenzo.
This is something that is infringing on women's rights. This is infringing on our bodily autonomy and our self-determination. So this is something that we need to stand up and to fight for.
Governor Lou Leon Guerrero also expressed that when this bill is brought to her desk, she will be vetoing it. We reached out to Senator Talina Nelson's office for comment and did not hear back as of news time. Hannah Devanzo for KUAM News.
Guam's COVID cases continue to remain low. That's according to Public Health Territorial Epidemiologist Dr. Ann Pobutsky, who gave a rundown of the latest island COVID-19 trends.
Our positivity rate is low. It's at 6.2%. Here are our cases by day. The average is less than 30. For the month, I know you see these spikes, but that always happens after the weekend. This is our summary. Again, less than 30 new cases per day, 7-day total of 127. Test positivity at 6.2%, and a 7-day total of tests, 3,418.
She detailed that hospital occupancy is also down, now being at 2.8%. Guam also hasn't seen a COVID-19 related death since April 10th. For the first time after 2 years, the Guam Memorial Hospital Volunteers Association, better known as the Pink Ladies, held a recognition and award ceremony at the Hyatt. This event was to honor the hard work and dedication of the Pink Ladies for all they've done for the public hospital, as well as the island MC. For the recognition of the award ceremony, Therese Calvo.
This year, we are proud to welcome 10 of our members into the exclusive and prestigious membership status, the Lifetime Membership Award. This award is given to members who have reached 20 years of volunteer service or 15 years of volunteer service plus 5,000 or more cumulative service hours. Yes. Congratulations, ladies. We are proud of your achievement and embrace you as our newest Lifetime members.
Also present at the award ceremony was Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio, and members of the 36th Guam legislature who praised all of the work the Pink Ladies have done throughout the years. And stay tuned. Next, Dave Delgado with your round of local sports, and we later close out with our series Putting the Pieces Together, recognizing Autism Awareness Month. Keep it here to KUAM News.
We love our mom because she was our first teacher. She's the center and she's the glue. She's the architect of our world. She's the reason why we are connected to not just each other as siblings, but to our culture, to everything in our life that has significance. She's the beginning of all of that.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Got a question about your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
IIAG Girls High School Beach Volleyball from the GFA, Guahan Academy Charter School, taking on the Academy Cougars. Freshman players Maria Cruz and Nicole Sablon pairing up to represent Academy. The duo picked up the sport for the first time this season. Academy cruised to the first set victory 21-5. In the second set, Guahan Academy led 16-8, looking to send the match into a third set. Academy's Maria Cruz whipped up 3 straight aces to bring her team within 5 points, trailing 16-11. Cruz with the serve here. Guahan Academy unable to get the ball back over in the return. Nicole Sablon found an opening in the defense to make it an 18-16 match. Maria Cruz scored another point off an ace as the team switched sides. Academy rallied from being down from the start of the second set to take the match 23-21. Action resumes Monday at the GFA Beach Courts in Harmon, with the championship game scheduled for Wednesday, May 11th. Mark your calendars for the 2022 FIBA Micronesia Cup, set for June 8th through the 11th at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. The Micronesia Cup will feature the Guam men's and women's national teams defending home court against national teams from the CNMI, Palau, and Federated States of Micronesia. Unfortunately, national teams from the Republic of the Marshall Islands have withdrawn from the competition. The Micronesia Cup is a qualifier for the 2023 Pacific Games, and only the gold medal men's and women's teams will automatically advance. The Guam men's national team is on a mission to return to the 2023 Pacific Games for a third straight gold medal, but first must take care of business at the 2022 Micronesia Cup. Tickets for the 2022 Micronesia Cup will be available online soon and are expected to sell out. If interested in reserving tickets for groups of 10 or more, please email inquiries to info@guam.basketball.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Unified Communications, UC, is the next step in a business phone system. Introducing Docomo Pacific UC, your business phone. Instant messaging, video, voicemail, fax, and more. All unified on one platform and delivered through the cloud. Merge your desk phone with your mobile device. Turn voice calls into video conference. UC reduces phone costs. UC boosts productivity. Work better together with Docomo Pacific UC.
If you are a senior citizen or an individual with a disability who needs assistance in getting the COVID-19 vaccine, call 311 and press 2. A representative will be happy to assist you in scheduling a vaccination appointment, arranging transportation if needed, or arranging homebound vaccination service. Just call 311 and press 2. This public service announcement is made possible through the Guam Tri-Agency on Developmental Disabilities, UOG Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities Education, Research and Service, Guam Legal Services Corporation, Disability Law Center, and Guam Developmental Disabilities Council through the Administration for Community Living.
It feels like we're in a time loop.
Because we get white hot ranch nacho fries every day?
Yeah. Same dip, different day.
Spice up every bite with the new white hot ranch nacho fries at Taco Bell.
Every Thursday during Autism Awareness Month, our Joan Aguncharfaris has been sharing the stories of families as they navigate through the world of autism. Tonight, we close out the series with the Valencia family.
Putting the pieces together is brought to you locally by Bank of Guam, the People's Bank. How would Edmund and Cyril Valencia describe their 4-year-old daughter, Kira?
Kira is the most happiest little girl ever. I guess that's one of the things that her teachers really love about her, is that she's just such a happy toddler, and we can see that every day.
Before Kira turned 2, they started to notice that she wasn't hitting certain milestones, so they were able to get her assessed and evaluated, which took a few months.
Finally got her tested for autism when she was 3, I would say last year, May or June. That's when we did the testing with GDOE, and then that's when they concluded that she does show signs of being in the autism spectrum.
Upon hearing the diagnosis,
I took it as a sort of like a blessing, like, oh, here, my daughter, and we're gonna do whatever we can to meet your needs. I think for me, mentally, I was ready for it. And then just once I heard the confirmation, I was like, okay, let's do this, let's get to work.
but for Cyril, it was a bit different.
It was harder for me to hear it, knowing that there could be something wrong with your child, but like what my husband said, it was more of a blessing for us to finally know for sure that this is what's going on and this is the cause of the delay.
Some of the challenges they face is that Kira is nonverbal and that there is a delay in speech, so communication has been something they continue to work on, including using sign language. But they say there are more good days than bad days. Their little girl making strides every day.
At Wedding Gala, she's been able to hit several milestones. A big one is being able to share with her peers. So now she's able to share with us as parents, like something as simple as sharing food or giving us something is something that we celebrate.
Every success that our daughter has, it's a big joy to us because
a celebration.
Yes, because it's a form of progress.
Currently, Kira is in a special pre-K program with GDOE.
Her teacher is amazing. Her one-to-one and everything, and everyone in that class, they're amazing. Like, highly recommend. Her daycare teachers, they're just as amazing, and they love Kira just as much as we love Kira, and we're very grateful for that, and we're very blessed that we have that support system.
They're also grateful for having found a strong support system with the nonprofit autism community together. And when asked if there was anything they wish to get out to the people of Guam, it's that if they could be more aware and educating themselves when it comes to autism.
I'll admit that I didn't really know too much about autism before I even became a parent, and just learning something new, and that can go a long way in terms of acceptance and being educated and being accepted in the community, accepted in school.
And to the parents of other autistic children, Cyril reminds them, you're not alone.
There is an awesome community out here on island. You would have think, being an island so small, that the support is there. And even having such a supportive family means the world, and our friends, like they really accepted Kira the way that she is, and we're forever grateful for that.
Putting the pieces together is brought to you locally by Bank of Guam, the People's Bank.
And we wrap up the show with your birthday shout-outs. Jason Salas has it for you.
April 28th birthday shout-outs. Hello and happy birthday to Annalisa Rosario. Happy birthday to you from her dad, sister Frankie Lynn, and the family. Pamela Ann Tukap, happy birthday to you on the day God chose you to be a miracle to the lives of people that you has blessed for the years that you've walked this earth. We love you and wish you all you deserve to be happy. Your friends, Vanjie, EJ, and Dan. And Chanel Estrada Venus, happy birthday, Auntie Chanel. We love you and we are so proud of you. Hugs and kisses coming from Isabel and Oliver Lozano.
KUAM.com. And that's our show. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, Guam and the NMI.